Live from the floor of the NYSE, that's a market open.
Yeah, hello, welcome. This is the third week of this project and it's mid-June, 13th of June 2016. It's a Monday and we are trading the Emini S&P 500 futures market in this live day trading room. As you can see, we have the chart right in front of us here, and on the right hand side you can see our profits from accumulated still from last week, carried over this $250 here, but this will be started fresh because we already took I think a small trade last week on Friday or something like this, and this is still carried forward from that day. But as you will see here shortly, we will be trading on demo 1, as you can see, demo on the right top corner above these order buttons, and we will also be trading demo 3 for intraday. So demo is normally for the opening session and demo 3 should be for the intraday session. You also see that we will be starting fresh this week, and the reason being that we changed the underlying symbol of this market or of the E-mini because we had a contract expiry. So the ES, as you can see here, U6 5-minute chart that can be seen in the bottom left corner, the volume indicator here. That is now the new contract expiry, so it is September, and before it was June. Every 3 months the future will expire, so they will put out a new contract and all the other contracts will be rolled over. But if we still want to trade this old contract, we see different prices here on this chart, and after some time it will not be possible anymore, and then we have to switch to the new contract. And because of that reason the demo also refreshed. So I think this is something you will see here every 3 months, that our demo will refresh. I think we should talk about whether I should start a fresh demo every single day so we can see our daily results, because I can actually set it to 0 again. But I thought in the beginning that if we can see profits accumulating here on that demo, as you can see the $250 here on the right hand side, those will be growing or shrinking accordingly because they will be accounted over time. So even if we take trades today and tomorrow and the day after, those will be accounted. So this is also a format of seeing the evolvement of this profits or losses here. But I had a little bit of a struggle in the last 2 weeks to actually account for all of those trades. If we do this on a daily basis, I can review such results much easier, and we can make such daily entries in the Excel sheet. I want to make an Excel sheet with all the trades I made, just for your information, but that will come online as soon as this live trading room will come online, because then we will put our website out there, or I will put my website out there with all this information. But I think it's a good start here to get the ball rolling on YouTube and do some trading, obviously here in public, and show some of our skill accordingly. So we are trading the Emini S&P 500 futures market here. As I said, the chart is right in front of you and it's a 5-minute chart. I'm choosing to trade this 5-minute chart because this is most prestigious, and many people are trading off of this 5-minute chart. Obviously also the noise is reduced. If you would be trading on a 1-minute or 5-second chart, that would be very short term and there's a lot of noise. So I will be normally waiting until the bar closes to initiate a further trade, and that you will see here very shortly. Unfortunately, on this opening trade, like every Monday, we seem to struggle a little bit. As you could see, my entry was around 79.25 and now we are stopped out for our first loss. As you can see here on the right hand side, it is accounted for $1,375 loss immediately from the opening. So this is something we have to live with this volatility. As you could see last week and the week before, we had around 4,000 profits in our first week, and then our second week was actually $4,000 loss, so break even roughly. Now we are even falling behind a little bit, so it is very important to have a small buffer in place, so you are not, the market is not pushing you around and you be feared. You have to just keep going and keep trading. If you have a very stringent strategy and with some experience, you will be able to do that as well. It's just a matter of patience, I would say, to turn these things around. But definitely, as you can see, we should look at this on a long-term basis, rather a month or 3 months, because obviously from one day to the next we can have a lot of volatility. So I was drawing some support and resistance levels here in the chart, and I think for 2084 is a support level here, or a resistance level, and I really wanted to achieve this profit target 84. As I see here, we pushed right up from our opening. Normally our open is, what was that? Okay, I will be checking that later, I'm sorry. So normally we look at our profit target here from the open for around 5 points. So that would be actually from 79 to 84. So this is our initial profit target in some cases, because in others we have a shorter target, but I will be explaining that. For example, if we would be entering 10 contracts, if we double our initial position of 5 contracts, then we would also pull in our target area only to 1.5 points, or 1.75 from our initial entry, because we can still achieve these 5 points when we have 10 contracts. Normally would be trading 5, as you can see here, just below the negative profits here. You can see flat, so we have no open position. Obviously below that you see 5, that means 5 contracts. So to immediately place 5 contracts and not to place one by one. I think many of you are familiar with these terms I'm using here, but if you have any questions and if you would like to learn more about trading this market, please join me on my Discord channel. The link is below in the description, or just text me here in the comments below. I will be very happy to answer any questions, especially for newcomers who would like to just get some basic information and see if trading this market is for them as well. Definitely interesting. So you can see here now on the right hand side there is a profit of 24,000 something. This was a swing trade I took in the night just from Friday over the weekend, and it was actually a very successful trade, but that should not be accounted for here on this project, because I was trading 50 contracts or 100 contracts just for fun, actually, just to see if this swing trade would be working. But this is not something I normally do, I usually do. I focus only on this intraday strategies. Swing trading, I will get into it a little bit later. Maybe if we can accumulate some profits here, and we want to go 2 ways basically. So we want to do 2 things at the same time, maybe some swing trades, maybe some intraday, just to balance out our strategy, do some revenue management, or do some money management, risk management as well, so we can hedge our position, maybe with a swing trade or something. We will be looking at that much later, I think, not here now. In the very beginning, it's too complicated now. So we will be trading on demo 1 and demo 3, and you can see demo 3, there has been no profits or losses accounted for, so fresh start from this week. Also on our demo 1 we had 250 only, so that was not a huge deal to start off, so a fresh start basically from the 3rd week, and because of that contract rollover here to September contracts. So I will be placing my orders here, as you can see, immediately if a bar closes. So a candlestick here closes, and then we will be aiming for some small profits. Because this is already intraday, I will be trying for a shorter profit target, but still I see that this 84 level seems to be the preferred trend direction here, or preferred profit target. So I'm still trying to get into long positions here right from the open, and we can see that actually from time to time. This is also a trade which is very, very famous. The return to the opening price, as you can see here. The first bar breaking out, of course, and pushing up, then the second one returning to the opening price. So opening price is at 17:30. This is 9:30 US Eastern Time, and then we either see a breakthrough of this opening price, or we can see a reversal back up again, pushing away from that price. And as you can see, we can take small profits here. Normally 1.5 points intraday. This is around $375 profit minus some commission. The commissions are not accounted for here on this demo. Therefore, I will be adding that later to our calculation, and I will be generous taking those commissions into account. So I will be looking at another trade here shortly, but as I said before, we have to have this bar close. I will just be showing you this. Since I'm playing this video back here for YouTube purposes, I want to speed up those videos. I don't want them to be too long, maybe 30 minutes. And then you can see all the trades. So we wait for bar close. You can see 17:44:30 in the bottom right corner, the time. And once the bar closes, I will be initiating a trade, as you can see here. So this is my normal stop strategy. This is perfectly placed. 1.5 profit target, second entry, double up of these contracts here, 5 contracts. You want to double up to 10 contracts, run 1.5 away again. And our initial stop should be around 3 points away. If we run positive like now for around 1.5 points, first profit target, then we should be pulling our stop to break even. This is only my strategy. Everyone can have a different exit strategy, but it should be something along these lines, and obviously should be executed rather stringently, so you will be able to review your results and see your trading mistakes over time. Since I was anticipating here 84 as this level of resistance, I pushed my target to this level just to accumulate a few more profits. If we break through this level, obviously we might see higher highs, but I think this is already an improved position here for my exit. You can see we just pushed through this level, accumulating some more profits. Let me see if there's some further trade here in this day. Exactly, there was one more, if I can recall. And the same thing again, we entered this market. As you can see, this video is speeded up a little bit. So we can see here a few trades again. Or there's one trade actually. I'm normally not doing more than, I would say, 3 to 4 trades per day. So everything I try to show you here on this channel and this review. I just want to give you all the information you need, basically. So this was one trade, but I think before there was another one. I just want to check that quickly. It might be that I was entering this market here right on the bar close. Yeah, it seems to be a short position here. From 87, yeah. So we were breaking out of this range, as you can see here. I want to talk about this several times because this is a big part of this trading strategy, the breakout of pre-opening range. So pre-opening range here, you can see anything from 1730 to the left. So anything before 1730, and you can see that on the volume indicator. The volume indicator is here in the bottom, obviously, and you can see the huge spike up in volume at 1730. This is obviously the opening of this market, so many people will start trading, and all the institutions and banks will be placing their orders and liquidating their positions. Therefore, we see a lot of volume coming in, and also the margin requirement changes from around 6,000 to 3,000. So many more contracts can be traded for a smaller investment or smaller security in the account. Basically, a margin requirement is just a security in the account. Let me just pause this video quickly here. And I want to just tell you, as you can see on the very left, just below the image or the blacked out image, because for playback purposes I had to black this image out. You can see that price roughly 84.75. This is the pre-opening range high. Just to mention that quickly, because we will be talking about this again. And we were breaking out of this range, and now we are returning into range. That will happen many times. But let's move forward here. We don't want to make this such a waiting game. So you can see here again 1729, 1 minute to the open only. So we will be placing our trades here very shortly on demo 1 account. Unfortunately, also on this day, it was not a very solid start, as I would say. You can see here immediately we ran in the opposing direction. I was really anticipating here a breakout out of this pre-opening range to the bottom, not to the top. But unfortunately, we will be stopped out here very shortly. So again, our opening strategy seems to be giving us a lot of trouble at the moment. Let me just show you this quickly here. So we will be taking out of this trade almost immediately from the open. Now we'll be doing a few adjustments to this strategy. However, the fundamentals or the fundamental rules and support and resistance levels will be still existent, but I will be changing a few of those rules. I have around 2 pages of rules here right in front of me, which I follow stringently, and I have a way to structure the market in a way so I can personally understand it and also always find the right patterns. Again, I don't want to interpret anything into this market, and this could be done with Fibonacci, for example, but you have to be very, very clear that you will always be doing the same thing over and over again. So if you are not 100% sure where to place those Fibonacci's or how to place your support and resistance levels, your channels, whatever you think may be working, if this is not very, very clear, 100% clear almost, then you might be running into a difficult situation, because you want to be always very clear, so you can review your results and also see your trading mistakes. I just want to show you these entries. So I will be calling these entries in advance. Obviously, you can see that if we move into a live trading room, I will be doing that all in advance, so you'll be able to do the same things as well. So I can tell you that, for example, here I had small issues with my video recording, I think, and it's no. Okay, anyway, so we entered the market here already at 87.75, and you will see here a small push to the upside. Obviously, again, a very similar pattern for me. We were reaching to that top of the pre-opening range. But let me talk about this later. I will just show you a few trades now. So this is a short position, but I was liquidating that position here, break even. I should have entered or stayed in this position here. As you can see, we are already in 10 contracts, and this is turning out to be a very good trade, but I saw a lot of volume coming in and pushing to the upside here. So I was a bit worried, but this is something, for example, a typical trading mistake I made to get out of this market here, break even. Definitely not necessary, because my strategy already told me what I have to do. You know, this is what I was saying before. Normally you should be very, very stringent and strict on the execution, so later you can review your results. But if you always listen to your feelings and your psychology, and obviously not to your strategy, or if it's, for example, difficult to really follow that strategy because it might give you signals in opposing directions, then you have to make a judgment call, which is very, very difficult. And normally we will be doing most mistakes in that case scenario. So we should make it as clear that those strategies are not overlapping. Okay. So here you can see a small profitable trade again. Small trades, only intraday, normally 1.5 points. I'm trading here on demo 2. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was not really focused. I should have been trading this on demo 3, but we will not be accounting for these profitable trades here because it is traded on demo 2, so we should be focusing on demo 3 and demo 1 only. But these I just want to show you quickly because I was taking them just to recover some of our initial losses here. But it was a good day. We could recover some of our negative results. Okay, so this video is getting very long here at the moment, so I will be pushing through this now very quickly. So this is the 15th of June 2016, Wednesday. And you can see here unfortunately break-even trade almost, because I exit this market when I see a doji. I will show you that here quickly. This is also part of my strategy that I will be exiting this market. So this is still an opening trade here for 10 contracts, so we got filled on our second entry already. And as you will see here, the bar will close on a doji, and therefore I will be exiting this trade. So you can see here, I will try to exit as soon as possible to get out of this market. This is just part of my strategy, and everyone can have a different strategy, of course. Also, we were approaching the pre-opening high here, returning into range. Again, the same thing, doji, close here on the last bar, exit the strategy. Okay, so let's move a little bit forward here in this trading approach, and it's already Thursday. As you can see here, the 16th of June. Now you can see, for example, a doji right before the open on 1725. Same thing. Again, no entry on a doji for me or exit all the trades at this point. So I will be waiting for this bar to close and then I will be initiating a trade here. Let me fast forward a little bit. Since this video is very long, fast forwarding on this small timeline here seems to be also challenging. But we can see a nice trade here now, a very typical opening trade and breakout out of pre-opening range. Since I talked about this pre-opening range a few times now, you can imagine where this is placed here to the left. Obviously, you can see the low of these two increments here touching 51s 75 and 51s 50 before prior in that day. So in anticipation of this breakout, I was placing a short trade. We are in this market already break even because we reached our first profit target, reached to our first profit target. And as you can see, we push with a lot of volume downwards to our target area. So here for 5 points, this is our normally the opening trade, 5 points. And we are taking out of this market here shortly, profitable, for $1,250 profit. We could recover a little bit of our losses here from earlier in that week. Let me see if I take any more trades on this day. Here I think another short position because we could see a small retracement, and generally the market direction seems to be short at this point. So you can see here second entry is aim for at 47, a little bit higher than usual because of obviously the volume is coming in. Normally we can see a 2-bar retracement, and this 2-bar retracement could is very indicative here. Especially if you can look at the volume indicator here in the bottom, you see decreasing volume on the second bar, but the bar strength or the length of the body of this bar, so the green part, is smaller than the previous bar. So you can see decreasing volume, longer bar. This is a very good indication for a short position here actually. And I should be trading this and keeping this trade for a breakout. But I exited this trade, unfortunately, and did a few... I'd switched around positions one time because I wanted to actually exit a bit or enter a little bit higher. But this was a very good trade, I think, because we could anticipate this breakout here. But unfortunately, as you will see here, the market will reverse up and we will be taken out of this break even. Demo 3 now is at $2,000. As you could see, we are accumulating a few small profits here along the way. Another break-even trade. So this is 17th of June. This is an opening trade which I missed unfortunately here because I was not recording video right from the open, and this would have been a very nice trade because as you can see the long red bars here really doing something for us. But still we are now moving into intraday demo 3, just a few trades here I think on this day. As you can see, we had a break-even trade again. We have many break-even trades, at least I would say 50% of our trades are break-even, because I don't want to sustain a position which ran profitable and then will reverse all the way back up to the other side. So as you can see here, nice trade, but the profit target way too far away, so we will also be taken out of this position here shortly. We should not be having such a distant target here. 59.25 normally for intraday should be smaller targets, but sometimes I anticipate a breakout to the bottom, but it was way too early in this session. Normally I should be doing this around 18.20 into this session, so not 17.50 as you can see in the bottom right. This is too early to place these breakout trades. As I said, we are trading two strategies here basically, and breakout of opening range and breakout of pre-opening range. And you can see we run negative. I should be exiting this trade break even, but I will be trying to achieve that here very shortly. Still, this market has downward momentum, as you can see, and if we break through this 61 level one more time, or 62, then we should see lower lows of this day. This is very normal. We break out of this pre-opening range. I will show you that again, just 1 second. Here you can see the first two bars of this session broke out of range, then we reverse to the range again. This is a very typical trade, normally reversal to the range and then a breakout approach again. As you can see here, we see weakness in the market, decreasing volume on the last green bar. Still we push up, but we want to obviously still be in a short position at this stage. But now you can see the last bar forming. It seems to be the market wants to push higher because we are only 2 minutes into this bar. You can see a lot of strength to the upside. So a breakout to the bottom may not be 100% likely, but it's still something I want to participate in if this happens. And you could see a little bit of weakness here in this market. So actually you can see now the breakthrough to the bottom here. So not a bad trade, but I think I was switching around positions. I got a little bit worried that we can actually sustain the level and trade to the upside here again. So I was switching around positions, break even for a long position. Obviously this will be taken into account when we calculate our commissions, but I think I should have not turned this position around. This was not a very smart trade, but I will be looking at that later again. It is just a matter of, see again now, changing around positions. But I was not able to exit this market, I think, properly. So I will be waiting for this bar to close, and then I will be switching around the position. This should not happen very often, and I think it will happen maximum one more time in the next 2 weeks, that I will be switching around such position. This is not something I usually do. I will rather focus on sustaining my positions. It is just a matter of turning this around here, because obviously on that day, as you can see, we see a lot of downward momentum in this market at this stage, and my previous earlier trend direction was short, and it was obviously a good trend direction, as you could see here, because we broke out of this range one more time and we are aiming for some profits. But obviously I should have entered this market short much higher, because I was in this market already at a much higher point, like 64 or 63.50 here from the close of this first red bar in this sequence. But unfortunately I entered the market way too late, and I was switching around my positions. Definitely a trading mistake, and those have to be eliminated over time. But let's move forward here. As you can see, a break-even trade, more or less. I'm taking out of this market here with a small profit only. I try to exit 59 because I anticipate that we run to our break-even level again. Also, we should have been in second position for this trade already, because our entry seems to be 59.50, so we should have entered a second position here around 91s. But I was not entering this position. I think this is also a break-even trade because we don't really push through this level. You can see we reached our first profit target now of 85.25. Therefore I will pull my stop to break even on this trade. This should be also our profit target normally. So 1.5 points we already reached to our profit target here. And we should be actually in 10 contracts being taken out of this market. But as you can see here, this is still the third week and we are making a few small trading mistakes. Now I push my target again way too far. But obviously I could also anticipate the breakout out of this range with a lot of potential for such a breakout trade. This is just a decision we have to make along the way. Obviously we want to be in good positions. As you can see here, most positions run positive from the beginning. This is something I want to sustain. Obviously I don't want to make it too difficult for us to handle such pressure here. But I think we should be looking at this now. Fast forward a little bit. As you can see here, we broke out of this range. We reached our profit target. Normally we should place our profit target at actually 58 or 57. Not so far away, like 54 is definitely too far away for such a trade, especially that we already exceeded the breakout of opening range. We are already 1.5 hours into the session. Normally we should be looking at exiting this trade also on this doji here, but I didn't exit this market. Anyway, you can see still no volume to the upside, so we still see a lot of downward potential here. And the trend continuation is short. We could also let such trade run for all the day. This is definitely possible because some days they will be just completely short or completely long right from the open, and we can see at least 20-30 points in that day. So we can also let such positions develop over time and let them run for all day positions. But this is obviously something again which we have to decide, and I think this is already something which goes more in the direction of swing trading, because to have such big profit targets is more of a swing trading approach. If you're really into day trading, you are also happy with small increments and such 5 points trades, as you can see here, or 6 points, 6.5 points. Then that is not something we should aim for at a regular basis. You could see here we almost hit our first profit target, or our actually final profit target of 53, but it seems the market wants to reverse up quickly, and we had one of those trades in our second week, exactly that nice profit target, 7.5 points, but then the market seems to be reversing off that level extremely. So we have to be trying to exit this market somehow on the way, because we don't want to give away all of our profits here, and we just want to sustain a little bit of a profit in this trade. So I was taking out of this market here, not as good as I could have, because the market is pushing a little bit down again. But still, my exit was not bad, as you can see here. We are still pushing a little bit further up in this market because we could see this volume on the green bar. Definitely not a bad exit, I would say, but not perfect, not ideal. But I'm still in a short position here. I try to enter again because this small retracement of these green bars could be seen as some kind of a retracement and we still want to push further down. Let's see if that is actually a positive trade here or not. I cannot recall 100% what I was doing on this day, but obviously I will be placing these orders alongside with you, for example, and I will be calling those trades in advance, so you will be able to place these orders as well. Let me just review quickly here this trade. Normally, since a small retracement should actually yield in some opportunity here, I would say, or improved entry scenario. We always want to have those improved entry scenarios because I think the entry into a market is the most important thing. If you hear that it is not important, I cannot really confirm that from my point of view, but obviously everyone has a different trading approach. I think if we have the potential to run profitable right from the beginning, it's much easier to manage a trade, obviously, and manage your risk. So here I was exiting this market, a trading mistake, I would say. This should not have been done, but I can see that we seem to be supported somehow at 55.50 here. You can see him pushing a little bit higher. So I was anticipating maybe a little bit of an improved entry here at 58, as you can see here. Another short position. We're still retracing up, so this could also be a continuous retracement, but I wanted to really try another short position here just to see if this would be actually working. But it seems I turned this position around actually. Or was this a long position? Yeah, it is a long position actually. So so maybe I was seeing that this is a continuation here of this upward retracement again. We could see a lot of volume pushing away from 55.50, and sometimes this happens. You break out of this range, and then many people are in anticipation of, after this retracement here from 54, to see further a continuation of the overall trend. The overall trend of that day was short, obviously, as you can see here, really some momentum. But sometimes we really see this retracement collecting a lot of orders on the way up, and then we see a lot of volume to the upside once we move into the session. I think it's a very good trade as well to see such a fake retracement here, or fake breakout again of this of the low of the days, a continuation, so to say. So we got to our first profit target, so we will be taken out of this market, break even. This is a small trade also. I'm doing this on demo 2 again. I maybe lost my concentration. I should have been accounting for this on demo 3. But as you can see, demo 2, we collected 2 winning trades on that week, I think, since we had so many break-even trades. And this commission has to be accounted for, so we will be, maybe we can just take it as a kind of a balance out to this, all these commissions we were accumulating and all the trades I couldn't show you because this was a very long week. But anyway, these demo 2 results here, 312, it will be 2 points, so that should be 500 roughly soon if we hit our profit target. Those will not be accounted for anyway on our demo 1 and demo 3 account. You will see only those 2 a little bit later down the line. Once we get more established here, a little bit more set, then I will be making everything more clear even and try to restart these demos maybe on a weekly basis so we can really see our trading results on a weekly basis. But everything is still fresh, and we will be taking it step by step, one by one. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm very happy to present those videos for you. This is the 17th of June 2016, live trading room, trading the Emini S&P 500 futures market here. You can see our accumulated profit here on demo 3 is 3,287.50. Again, taking some commissions into account, but these could be accounted for as we took these demo two trades for around $1,000 profit. A commission for a round trip is around $20, so it's not too much, but still we have to definitely account for those. And I hope I will show you demo 1 here as well. I think demo 1 was at 1,500 negative. So we actually have a trading result here of roughly $1,500 profit for this week. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you here back soon. This was a very long session, but have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.